Alright YouTube, so we're back with some FF7 Remake content. Today we have some pretty interesting information that somewhat seems to confirm that Red 13 will be in the first game for FF7 Remake. Now hold on, I know to most of you out there that doesn't even seem like a surprise at all, it seems pretty obvious. We find Red 13 near the end of the Midgar segment. Obviously this game takes place entirely inside of Midgar during the Midgar segment, so it makes sense that Red 13 would be a part of it. The thing is, however, if he is going to be a part of this game as in a playable character, they're going to have to change something drastically, or at least like add a lot to the end of the Midgar segment, because once you break him out of the chamber, he helps us with the boss fight, go downstairs, get captured, break out of the jail cell, and then it's pretty much escaping the Shinra building in the highway segment, and then you're outside of Midgar. Obviously, actually playing through the Shinra building takes longer than my explanation, but even then, it's really not that long if you know what you're doing. So you have him maybe in your party for 30 minutes to an hour, and then you're outside of Midgar going to Calm. So if they're going to put Red 13 in this game as a playable character, and the raid on the Shinra building takes place near the end of the Midgar segment, then there wouldn't be that much time to really do anything with Red 13 before the game actually ends. So that means one of a few things. They'd either have to give Red 13 to us at an earlier point in the story, which would be a big change from the original game. The Shinra raid, the Shinra building raid, would have to take place earlier in the story, which also, again, would be a drastic change from the original game, or a lot of stuff to do after raiding the Shinra building, which, again, is still a drastic change from the original game. So I'm not really sure what they're going to do with Red 13 if he's going to be in this first game, especially as a playable character. Anyways, long intro. The reason why we're here is this Red 13 account tweeted at John Bentley and said, "You see, John Eric Bentley knows things, like who my voice actor is in FF7R. Just saying. We love you though, John Barrett Bentley. I can't wait to team up and take on evil with fearless leader Barrett, roll on 3320 and KupoCon conventions." And he quoted the tweet and said, "Love this Big Red." Now the account tweeting him is irrelevant. It's like a Red 13 cosplayer or something like that. They're irrelevant. It's not like some official FF7R account or anything like that. But they're tweeting at him saying that he knows who the Red 13 voice actor is. And for him to even acknowledge the tweet at all kind of confirms that probably he does and he should, because he's a voice actor for the game. Barrett obviously being one of the main characters of FF7. Red 13 being one of the main characters as well. He probably would know that voice actor. Or at least know who the voice actor is. And of course, super recently, John Eric Bentley leaked that he was recording lines for Tokyo Game Shows, and this was before we ever knew that FF7R was even going to be at Tokyo Game Show. Also, totally off topic, random side note, last time I used some of these images of John Eric Bentley's tweets, I had some guy comment on my video freaking out because I did not ask him permission. I've been doing YouTube for 4+ years now, and I've used countless tweets on my videos and in my videos, and never once asked permission to use a tweet. I've never seen or heard anybody ever doing that in the history of YouTube, as long as I've been here. And here I am using this image again, and I didn't ask Skype permission, and I never will. Anyway, so as John Eric Bentley having a history of leaking information and giving us information on Twitter, for him to even acknowledge or respond to this tweet, I think kind of confirms again that he probably does know who the voice actor is for Red 13. But that's not really a surprise. Red 13, again, being in this game isn't really a surprise, because he pretty much has to be if they're going to stick to what the original game did. But the main thing is, how is he going to be in the game? As a playable character? As kind of an NPC, setting him up to be in the sequel, like the second part, or what? I don't know. And to be completely honest, I'm not exactly sure what I want, because I'm fine with them adding more stuff to do in the game, stuff that didn't exist in the original game, but if they're adding stuff after the Shinra building raid and getting Red 13, then how exactly do we get us out of Midgar? Because the highway scene is so iconic, with Cloud coming behind the truck and like knocking the dudes off the motorcycles, fighting the robot at the end, and then y'all getting outside of Midgar. That's super iconic to the original game, so if they add stuff to do after the Shinra building, completely throws off the original game. It doesn't follow it at all. But on the flip side of things, if Red 13 is a playable character that we get into our party, I want to be able to actually use him and level him up and stuff like that, because these are meant to be full-size games like any other Final Fantasy game out there. Each game in the FF7R compilation is supposed to be a full-size game, so theoretically, you should be able to take each character from whatever level you get them to like 99 if you wanted to, which doesn't make a lot of sense if we get Red 13 at the very end of the game. So sort of a news video, but also a discussion video. I pass off to you guys. How do you think they're going to implement Red 13 into the first FF7 Remake game? Is he going to be somebody we just kind of get near the end of the game, but maybe they're setting him up to be a playable character in the sequel? Or is he going to be a playable character, and if so, how are they going to handle that? And how are they going to handle the raid on the Shinra building to where we get Red 13 at? What do you think is going to happen? Leave your thoughts and more in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to stay up to date with more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @the-david. And my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description. And in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby, or at least less like a